Started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for April 7th, 2020. Qs and SPY were gapping up, but have now given the gap away entirely. You can see initially on the SPY there opening to 274.21, and the Qs opening at 202.18. And we got sold. So hopefully you weren't looking to just jump in this morning. I tried to make a point of it yesterday that while we are bearish on the Qs and SPY, we need to see an hourly pullback because we are transitioning back higher, but not the time to be jumping in. So I know, I see the reactions in the room, and I probably feel it as well to some extent. Market moving up, that you may think that you're going to miss out on the next 7-8% move in the market, right? And so, hopefully I made it clear yesterday that what we need to see is a pullback, okay? An hourly pullback, a series of lower highs. And so we've gotten that now, and this hourly extension here is being dealt with, okay? So gonna be looking tomorrow like still bullish, okay? So we'll see if we can actually stabilize here on the hourly and start the next move up, because we did move a lot, right? In just the yesterday, the gap from yesterday plus the gap from today. Okay, pretty significant move from Friday. So here we are coming in to take a bit of a rest, okay? So you can see kind of the difference here between the uptrend that we had a couple weeks ago, okay, the grind higher versus the way that we moved, right, in just the last couple days, right, extended up, right? So you want to wait till we get some kind of retracement, because typically the market's not going to move in just a straight line back up, right? And especially as we moved lower, right, lots of gaps, lots of false moves here. So as we move back up, potential for resistance, trap traders essentially, okay? So hopefully that was clear yesterday, that even though we're bullish, not to just be chasing here, all right? So what I would like to see, and what I outlined here for the room just as I was finishing up here, which is why I'm starting a little bit late on today's market wrap, is that I'd like to see us start to just base, just to go sideways, right? Just to go sideways, let the 20 MA catch up, and then start the next leg higher, right? So what we've accomplished on the daily is significant, which is we had a sell setup, and then we failed on the sell setup, right? You can see that the daily is also suggesting that we need a little bit more time. Now, what that could mean, because the market often, especially in uncertainty, is not going to necessarily just give us narrow bar after narrow bar and just sit still, right? Is that we may get a lot of choppiness moving forward. So we drop hard, or then we rally hard, and then we drop hard, right? But what I'd like to see is us start to establish a range in this area. We could even come in a little bit more, but not too much, right? If we continue to come in and dig deeper into yesterday's price action, we're gonna be looking at a breakout that got no follow through. Okay, so we call it breakout failure, right? Which is that it broke out, explored a new price, and then there were no more buyers there. And then the reaction is everybody who potentially either got it late or is in it from the breakout, right, is either taking profit or exiting, right? So that would be the most bearish scenario, is that we just continue to grind lower without stabilizing. Okay, so we have seen that before. Okay, last time we saw something similar, not quite as bullish as what we have now, but similar, right? The hourly here was attempting to break out higher, right, in transition, right? We were getting lower highs, and then it ended, and we were looking like higher. So what was the call then? All right, if we get a pullback, right, and we actually trigger the buy setup, which is we actually make a higher high over the previous lower high, right? We actually break above the previous bar, then we can be bullish on the market. What happened? Down, 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 and then gap down, right? So the quality of this pullback, I think, is going to be all the more important. So if we can actually come in, establish support, to me that would be the most bearish scenario, or most bullish scenario. Sorry, most bullish scenario. We come in and we base. We could, do something else. We could gap up huge tomorrow, or put in a wide range green bar at the open and just go. I don't think that's likely to happen. I think it's more likely that if we are going to put in the next leg higher, that we actually spend some time consolidating. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll take it kind of one day at a time here and see if this hourly can actually lose some of the extension without kind of falling apart. Okay, so that's going to be the key thing to watch. All right, because coming into today, I was, surprised that we're gapping up, but it didn't really matter. I didn't have, any expectation as far as, gapping up or gapping or like what we're going to do. I thought we might even gap down a little bit. Instead, we gapped up and then we just got sold. So, the expectation is that if we get a decent pullback, it's a good bullish opportunity on the market. But what the daily has done until it fails is start the transition back up. Okay, so I think it'll take some time. And the way that we set that up, I think, will be very revealing. And so we'll see. All right. All right. Only play from me today, the IVR. I mentioned a few things at the open, and they all worked, except this IVR was the only one that was an official call here. Gave it to you in the morning here as a base breakout over the 1 minute. Okay, so right in here. Okay, the call was 280 by 270. So a 10-cent stop there. Once it breaks over 280, we were in, triggered right there. I think it got filled 282, and then stop is under 270. Target was initially $3, but I told you guys to just trail it 1 minute bar by bar. So as we got up into $3 here, trail it 1 minute bar by bar. You can see it just kept on going, which was really, really nice. I think it maxed out at 5 Rs, but if you trailed it 1 minute bar by bar, you ended up with 3 right in there. So not too bad. Nice way kind of to start off the morning there on the IVR. Didn't hold a runner on this one just because it had moved so much already. And I know some people also played it climactic to the downside, shorted it off the top there, because it definitely was getting very extended, putting in the volume at the top, bars getting bigger. So definitely justified in its as a climactic play. So that was pretty nice as well. Could have held it for a runner because it did end up making new highs later in the day without taking out kind of the hourly bar there. Here, let's go to the hourly real quick. So yeah, it was okay. That gets you out right there. So around where we got out, you would have been able to see at least the new highs there. But that was kind of hours later. We already had the nice move there. So that was just a nice small gap there, showing a lot of relative strength. Okay, so looking at what the IVR did and what the Qs did to start the day was why I focused on it. Okay, so it wasn't really so much a favorite gap, right? It was just market came in hard. What did the IVR do right from the bat? Got bought and was doing an uptrend, whereas the market was in a downtrend. Okay, so we had a lot of things on the gap up list just because the market was gapping up. I don't remember if this one was, but for what set this one apart, what gave me the justification for, calling it, playing it, because it was doing something unique. Okay, was the idea. All right, and the daily's not bad either. We should take a look at the daily here. You can see that you had a breakdown here a couple days Friday, and then no follow through to the breakdown. So breakdown, inside bar, and then gapping up, right, after multiple bars down into that breakdown. So I like the daily, thought I had good room to move there. And so that was the IVR play. That was a nice kind of start to the morning there. It was the only play call from me. Okay, so you can see that, things were moving around a lot today. Yeah, IVR came all the way back in. Q's also moving quite a bit. So, that will mean that if this keeps up, then we should have some more nice plays here to work with. All right, long or short, whether the market continues to grind lower or stabilizes, we'll find the plays. Hopefully you've been doing well here. I think people in the room probably a lot of people had their best month in March, you know, and I did think that April would slow down a little bit, and I still think that, but it's all going to depend on the market, okay? And so just to recap here, as we move into the week, the most bullish thing that the market could do here is just stabilize, right? Just spend some time in this establishing a range. If we grind lower, that's going to look like lower prices for the Qs and SPY, right? And then if we get like a sharp move up, yeah, that would still be bullish. But for me, the most bullish scenario would be to set up kind of a base and then set up for the next move higher. Okay? All right. Hope you did well today. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. All right. Have a good rest of your day.